To me, it's a fascinating divergence, the fact that oil is down 20% over the last year and energy stocks are up. They're not up as much as the broader market, but they're positive in the face of falling oil prices, which is interesting and counterintuitive. And there's, I think, a couple things going into that. One is expectations of what's to come. So these stocks are trading based on not necessarily where oil is, but the direction of change of oil prices. And I think the expectations that oil is closer to reaching a near-term bottom than top. You know, there's upside in oil prices. And these companies are also a lot leaner than they were 10 years ago plus, because there was the whole disaster from 2014 through 2018 or so, when oil prices were very low. Saudi Arabia turned on the taps to basically wash out shale investment here in the United States. It worked, and a lot of companies went out of business and were absorbed by the surviving companies, the bigger energy companies. And so all that debt got wiped away. So the companies that are still operating here are stronger in every way. They basically absorbed the smaller companies that had to declare bankruptcy, and the debt's gone. So they've taken on all this new shale technology that existed and without the debt. And here they are operating with oil not high enough really for them to make a ton of money, but they're above their break even. So any upside to oil prices from here is going to really, I think, turbocharge these companies. So you're seeing those stocks, and I noticed that late last year, energy stocks were doing pretty well, despite the fact that oil was kind of like just dripping lower and lower and lower. And what was really interesting last week with all of the Venezuela commotion, every headline sort of implied that this is going to be terrible for oil prices because so much more Venezuelan oil is going to all of a sudden come online. It didn't take 48 hours before that became an obvious error in judgment. The oil's not going to come online anytime soon, and oil didn't even trade down the next day. So that was a Sunday that Venezuela was invaded, and then Monday oil prices were flat to up a little bit. So to me, that's something to take note of. When there's a big supposedly bearish headline and the stock or security trades the other way. So I do think that we've seen an inflection for energy prices, and you know, we have a little bit of exposure to energy stocks, and then primarily we get exposure through the pipelines, the MLPs, which are a great tax advantage way to take advantage of consistent and rising energy demand.